Hawaiian Homes Commission Act was enacted over 100 years ago, designating about 200,000 acres of land for the purpose of establishing a permanent homeland for Native Hawaiians. Now, according to the Department of Hawaiian Homeland's fiscal year 22 annual report, fewer than 10,000 homestead leases have been awarded. Yes, you heard right, fewer than 10,000 leases in 100 years. But there's a new sheriff in town with a new approach.
Yes, and he is celebrating his 1-year anniversary as Hawaiian Homes Commission Chairman. So Mele has a makana for you.
Hi, Anakala.
And also Department of Hawaiian Homeland's Director. Aloha to Chair Kali Watson. Mahalo for joining us, Kali.
Thank you for inviting me.
Now, we sat in your session at last year's CNHA Native Hawaiian Convention, and you laid out a new vision, sort of a full court press approach to changing how DHHL puts so-called waitlisters in homes. Can you expound on that for our audience?
Sure. You know, historically, we've always kind of bypassed a lot of people on our waiting list because they had to pre-qualify. They had to qualify for, in some cases, $300,000-$400,000 mortgages. Unfortunately, not many people can, even, you know, those aren't the necessarily Native Hawaiians. So what we've done is our full court press basically involves creating different categories. We'll still do the turnkey, but we also do and access other funding sources, federal and state, involving tax credits. And it's a rent-to-own process in which we get all these different subsidies and equities that are generated from the sale of the credits, as well as low-cost financing. And so those, it's a 15-year period. We're trying to change that. We'll immediately make a homestead award in conjunction with the financing approach. We're also being very active with all the affiliates with the Habitat for Humanity.
I love that.
And they're also finishing up or providing finished lots where the homesteader could build his own house.
Awesome.
This is
So,
awesome.
yeah, we just set certain standards, but we also, you know, provide funding for them. Set certain deadlines and then move along, and by doing it that way, we have hopefully an approach where everybody on the wait list can get an opportunity homesteading.
I absolutely love that. It's almost like you guys are trying to expedite our Native Hawaiians getting in those properties, and we appreciate that, as you mentioned, that new approach to that. We just saw some listings of our properties on Maui. So, and of course, a lot of attention has been on the island of Maui because of the wildfires last season, right?
Yeah, and you know, speaking of Maui, Uncle, you know, since last year, a lot of attention has been focused on housing for the people of the Valley Isle. So, can you talk about Maui residential projects?
Yeah, we've really committed and made an emphasis in trying to address the wait list on Maui. So we've actually committed of the $600 million that we were recently awarded in 2022 by the state legislature through Act 279, about $290 million of that funding for basically about 5 different projects involving a little over 1,300 homesteads.
Wow.
So we're excited about that. Our first one, Pu'uhona, is already the infrastructure is going in. We'll start the vertical construction shortly. And with respect to the others, we're also moving those along. So I'd also add that one of the nice things about our Act 279, it allowed us to acquire new lands, excellent land. So we were excited. We've gotten lands that are in really great locations. I think people will get excited also about that. So we're moving along. We're kind of using different approaches, not only the primarily single-family residential, but we're also going up. Our Bolodrome, involving about 276 condo units, that's going to be happening probably in April.
Are you serious? Because that has been, like, we had that chain link fence around that for so many years, and we've been waiting for this opportunity to, as you say, vertical construction, where we can have our Hawaiians living in a high-rise in that Makiki area.
Right. Good location, very affordable. Again, we're using tax credits to subsidize the development, including low-cost bonding. It's kind of a unique approach in that we obviously don't have much land on Oahu, so we have to go up. We have to get more dense in our approach and trying to address the 29,000 that we have on our wait list. In addition to that, we're also on Kauai. We're looking at some townhouses on the rent-to-own using the tax credits. We're excited about that. It's a good location in Kapa'a. good services surrounding it, close to the beach. Really, we need to get creative. And so by doing these alternate approaches, I think we'll be able to address more people on our waiting list than we have in the past.
That is amazing. We're so glad to hear that. Actually, we sat, like Lena said in the beginning, we sat in your session and we had chicken skin. We're so
we cried.
thankful. We cried. We were so
We
happy.
cried. So
'cause
happy.
For so long, and as again we mentioned, 100 years, over 100 years, this act was passed to law, and we've had just less than 10,000 leases awarded. So I'm glad you're doing this for our people. I just have this is just a silly question, but I know for the Bowlodrome, are you keeping the bowling alley, or are we getting rid of that? We're going to do
The whole thing is coming down.
all of us, us Hawaiians over there, we're going to have our own bowling tournaments over there.
Right. So, no, the bowling alley is coming down.
There's houses. We need houses.
Yes, we need houses. We need houses.
Exactly.
One quick question. We just have about 30 seconds. Last week we heard about $1.34 billion that was awarded or appropriated by the U.S. Senate and House for Native housing. Will we be able to tap into those monies?
We're going after all the monies. There's the bipartisan infrastructure law. There's monies at EPA as well as HUD as well as the rural development. We recently got some LAHASA money, another $22.3 million, which is the third year in a row. So our whole congressional delegation, especially Senator Schatz, has been very active in providing funding. One of the things is they want to see results. And so we went up there about a month ago. We showed them the 20-something projects we have. We're using the first $600 million for the first phase. The second phase, we're hopeful to raise at least $628 million at the federal level.
Wow, this is amazing. Well, we are so encouraged, and we're so thankful that you are there, and congratulations on your 1-year anniversary. You look good for 1 year old, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got more wrinkles and all that.
Thank you, Uncle.
All right,
Thank you,
Chair
Uncle.
Kali Watson, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for
tonight.
inviting me.
Really appreciate it.